not doing that. I'm not doing that intro again. Hey, everybody! If you missed that intro, go back and watch it, and then come back. All right, so I'm just gonna get started. I'm just gonna assume that there are thousands and thousands of people watching this right now, and I'm gonna kick it off.
They're saying that the music is too loud.
Music. Oh wow.
It's
Okay.
too loud.
It's a shame. All right,
Okay.
so we're not gonna have music
We're not gonna have music
because
because I only have like micro edits to that. So sorry about that.
yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you for
Some
letting me know.
some people don't like nice things.
Hey, let me sing a song.
Yeah. Is that what it is? Okay. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave, everybody. Don't leave. All right. So if you're wondering what I'm doing right now, my NAS got kicked from my desktop. So I have to get that in order to get my pure ref images back up. So Bradley, go back to the song. Don't do that. I was just kidding. Uh, Happy Friday, everybody. It's gonna be up in a second here. There it is. All right, browse, cancel, load. There you go. All right. So, if you are just joining us, I have open Hellboy and He-Man. Uh, I have worked on both in the past. I'm going to show you what I have with He-Man, or with the Hellboy rather, because I think I've done some stuff since you guys probably have seen this. I'm going to turn off my color and make it pitch black so you can't see any detail.
So 3D Matic, we took the music off. So let me know if you hear us better. Um, and that because they're saying we're even our voices was too low. So let me know if you can hear us a lot better.
Wait, our voices were too low, but the music was too high?
Yeah, but now we
It,
have
it,
no music, and I want to make sure everyone can still hear us. In case I. Yep,
okay.
good to see us. Looking good, y'all. Bradley is still low.
That's weird. You
Okay.
don't sound low to me. What about me? How do
Yeah,
I sound?
yeah,
Bradley,
that's
yeah,
all that
sure, sure,
matters.
Bradley, sure, Bradley. What about me? What about me? What about me?
Yeah,
How do I
yeah.
sound?
You sound fantastic. Sound fantastic. Okay, we have sound fine. We got one sound fine. We're good. All right.
All right, we're gonna take that. You speak for the tribe. So yeah, since last time, I'm just gonna get this light right in the front here. All right, yeah. So since last time, I did some texturing to his gauntlet. If you guys remember, like a long time ago, I started this thing and it was very, very um, rough, some would say. But he's come a long way. So I've been texturing the gauntlet. I went and did a Z wrap for his body and added a lot of micro texturing to his skin. There's all kinds of like really nice little, I don't know if you guys can see it in here, but there's really nice little skin pores and such on here. And I this is not this is not the most recent one. This belt is I've done a lot of work on the belt since then, so I've got like 50 versions of this in places. But this is kind of what I have in mind for the base, something like this where he's up off the ground, and I can print this out, and it looks like a cool like scene, if you would. So anyway, all that doesn't matter because I'm not working on him. I'm gonna work on He-Man. He-Man. So He-Man, I've done some stuff as well. I kind of tweaked his pose to make it a little less static, uh, and I started working on his face. Who was it that used to give me a hard time about him not having a face? Was that who was that? Bradley,
Let's
one of
see.
our
Everyone. It
one of
was
our one of our SL regulars.
Ram
Ram used to say he didn't
was
have a face.
definitely
Yeah,
giving me a hard time.
yeah. So he's got a face. Um, it looks rough now because the um, I have those texture XYZ uh, skin pores on here right now. If I turn this off and I turn off the color, you can see that what I've been doing is going through and cleaning up the mesh, right? So there were a lot of areas that look very sketchy where I was using just the clay buildup. And now what I'm doing is going over top of that with the brush that is one of my favorites called the clay spin. So if you, let's see, if I go back to my layers, I'm doing everything in layers. So if I go back to cleanup and I turn that off, okay, I don't know why the color keeps popping on me every time I do that. But this is what it looked like before, right? Which was all right, but it's still, it's rough, right? Like you can see all of the build-up lines and stuff like that. So just doing that for him. If anybody has any questions, please chime in. All right, so I'm going to turn that back on. I'm going to turn off my color. Man, I hate it when we don't have music. I don't like the sound of my voice, you guys. Thank you, man. That's what we need. Are you
Mike,
doing the
where-
Dave Chappelle? You doing the Dave Chappelle
Yeah,
thing? Is that what that is? Yeah. That's Tyrone
Mike,
Biggums.
where does one find clay spin? Since clay spin is not a default brush. Where's clay spin?
Who asked me that question? Does it say? Does it say?
Man who took the music.
I want to. Oh wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to show you anyway. All right. So if we.
And what do you like about clay spin? Where's clay spin, and why do you like clay spin? Let's see what that is. This is the math
Sure.
This is the education stream.
Sure. All right. So if I click on my comma button and bring up my shelf here, go to my brushes, and I'm sorry, go to my tools, brushes, go to my brushes, go to clay, right? This comes with all the copies of ZBrush, and clay spin is right here. So reason I like this brush is rather than smoothing away some of these details, clay spin is a really nice alternative to keep them. And this is from Texture XYZ. This is not my idea. So let's see. Come over here. All right, let's look at his neck. Come over here. And I can't do anything until I start recording. So let me come over to record. Oh my goodness. All right. So, great thing about this now is if I were to go in and just smooth out these areas, also this is almost 33 million polygons to support those skin the skin pores. So I don't need it this high, right? I can step down to probably like 2 million and be fine. So what I can do is kind of just smooth this out like this, right? This is how I used to do things. But when I do that, you see how now I started to lose some of the detail that I might want to keep. So what I can do instead of that is I can grab my clay spin, which looks like this when you put it down. Nope. Is this clay spin or is this clay buildup? Clay spin. Oh, it's clay spin. All right. So I always turn it down, right? I turn it down really low, actually, like 2 or 3. Right? And I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's a nice little texture that pops up there. Let's put it on 3. I'll put it on 4. So you get a nice little, it's almost like a paper texture that's there. I don't know if you guys can see that. But if you're patient and I just kind of go, I like to, with the muscles, I like to build the muscles up kind of with the striations of, kind of the way that they are built. But with this brush, I can, let's turn it down a little lower, right? I can just kind of holding down Alt to subtract and plus to add, I can go through and get rid of these areas and get like a really good beginnings of a skin texture, right? And I can keep it very localized so it looks more realistic. So let's go over here. and you guys can't see what I'm doing, but I'm holding down Alt to cut in. If it starts to, build up the forms too high, and then I hold, and then I just, do it without holding Alt to build up the areas. It's important to make sure that you don't have this intensity turned up too high, because if you do, you're going to kind of start to get this kind of effect. I don't want that. I want it to be very subtle. So usually 1 or 2 is where I keep it, and then I can get really quickly a natural feeling base that I can go through and add skin pores to, or use XYZ texture on top of, and it just kind of adds to the look.
Yeah, it's just how says nice. Haven't even touched that brush before, but those results look great. I didn't want to break your machine with all of it up, but I know your Venom that you did the same technique on. It looks really good on Venom as well.
Thanks. Yeah, I did the same thing on Venom. Yep, Bradley is correct. Yeah. So then, going through and doing this, I can go and see areas where I might have, I don't know, gotten close with the muscles, but maybe gotten it wrong. And I like to keep a lot of reference open, so I'll have it next to me and kind of just concentrate on the areas I'm working on, you know, to
That's what I
just
look
fix
like without
parts.
this collared shirt on, just like that.
I heard that about you. It's scary, actually.
As I worry myself.
As you do the Tyrone Bigham song.
Extra lather when I walk.
So yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. The more I look at his face, the more I feel like his mouth should be open, doing the I have the power thing, because I do want to have the sword in his hand. Um, and and I don't know if you guys saw earlier, but I have that lightning bolt that's part of the diorama, uh, which I'll show you in a sec.
Your autosave work hard.
It sure does. You know why? Because I got the Hellboy open, and the Hellboy is dumb large.
Oh, this quick. Oh, you were talking about hard drive. So this quick save is going to be bananas. It has all the files.
I know. I'm getting rid of this. Let me get rid of this joint. This is crazy. This finger alone is like 600,000 points. Let's see, frame. It's ridiculous.
Like
All right, so
this generation that's coming up behind you. Like you set up a bad president. Like have all the polygons for the fingernail.
yeah, yeah, and I got stuff that, also other stuff in here. Let me get rid of these wraps.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
why
yeah.
I was showing Bradley this morning. Like my C drive is almost completely full. I'm like, what's that all about? It's because of this poor housekeeping.
So if you hit you
Uh,
gotta select them and hit delete all because they're still in. They're actually still loaded in your memory.
yeah.
Yep.
So, no, that's what I'm doing. I have delete all down here.
Oh, you moved it there. Ah.
Yeah. Open this. Yeah, Bradley showed me this little trick to make sure that it's not still in your memory. So I'll just grab this guy and let's see. So where is it normally, Bradley? Because I put it on my interface. It's in
It's
here
right
somewhere,
there
right?
under
Yeah.
under subtool, and you got delete, and then you got delete all.
Delete and delete all. Yeah. So once you hit this, it's outie. And now, mostly clean. What is this? Oh, Hellboy. Wow. Oh, I had all this open. All right, that's gone. Boom. Good. Now, delete quick saves. Thank
All
you.
my files for the week is saved in one file.
Exactly.
Precious.
Frame. All right. Yeah. So this is kind of what I'm thinking, and then I'll have a sword up here. The lightning thing, I don't know, it's like rough, but whatever. So same technique that I'm using for He-Man. So the only real part of this thing that's done is the loincloth. And I think I might have. Did I? Uh, I think I stole that from Trapjaw. I had this on Trapjaw and I stole it and put it on here.
I
It was my
think I think that loincloth is hanging a little too low.
too low.
Yeah,
Nah,
it's not that long.
that's fine. That's fine. This is his. This
He
is his
doesn't have much to
formal.
cover up. He's
It's his.
just like big up top, not the bottom.
Stop. It's his formal loincloth. This is his.
Wait, there's a formal. He has like he
Yeah,
gets fancy with his loincloth.
100%. 100%. It's a formal version, and there's a other one. So, with Battle Cat, I've kind of taken this guy a long way. Also, you can see that I split off the legs, and the reason I did that is because why did I do that? I'm gonna print them anyway. Why did I do that? I did that for a reason. Just take my word for it. There was a reason I did this. I don't know what it was. I know what it was. Because I wanted to do a retopo on him, and I knew that areas where the arms were smashed up against the body were going to be really difficult to retopologize. So I decided to split them off. Um, yeah. So I'm going to copy off these claws and replace the ones that were just kind of a placeholder.
Brad says Eternians share their loincloths.
Gross. Let's see, Battle Cat. That's a little known fact.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, duplicate. Here. All right. So because this thing is way off center, um, when I try to mirror things, they're all the way in the wrong place.
So I plan to sneak and play Stellar Blade while the wife sleep, and then at some point tomorrow I might see Ballerina.
At the movies?
Yeah, why
Hmm.
not?
It seemed like a on-demand movie to me.
Every movie to you is on demand,
That is
except for
true.
Sinners. Sinners the only one that has not been on demand for you.
I saw the good Marvel movies in the theater.
To you, none of them are good since
No, that's nah.
2016.
That don't you
You
lie
haven't
on
seen a
me.
good Marvel movie since 2016.
That is totally projection. I am
I'm
not
not
saying
projecting.
that at all.
I
You
thought
are.
Thunderbolts was amazing. I know I like I've seen some good movies recently. All right.
Mm, you did. You did think that. You did think that. All right. So, um, I I also made a helmet for him. Just spent a lot of time on, and I would like to have on him. But the thing about this helmet looks good in the cartoons. It doesn't make any sense in real life.
So let me get straight. A tiger wearing a
Yeah,
helmet makes sense.
I said it looks good in the cartoons. Looks good in the
It
cartoons.
looks
But
good there too.
in real life, doesn't make any sense to me.
Stop making sense of it. I don't think it has to make sense.
It's got to. Why are we even here? What is the reason for anything if it doesn't make sense for this helmet to go on top of this saber tooth thing guy? Not only that, you lose all the detail
what
of his
about it?
face.
What about it doesn't make sense to you?
Ah, man, it
It's
just
sheer
it,
size.
yeah, it messes up the whole daggone silhouette. So let's see. I'm gonna do this document a half. So if you're new to ZBrush and you find that your model is like this small and then you have all this space around it, and when you zoom in, it's still you know it's cropped off or whatever. One thing you can do is just hit your AA half here and then zoom in, and then it's probably a little more like it should be. So I like to look at the silhouette at all times on the thumbnail. And without the helmet, it looks good to me, but with the helmet, it's kind of a, maybe it's just at a wrong angle. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, because if I had that, I could do the whole, like, the thing that He-Man rides on. What do you call those things?
Saddle.
Saddle? It's more than that.
Saddle.
It's so much more. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like a,
the
it's like
thing that
a,
He-Man rides on.
yeah, yeah, it's a technical term.
The butt seat. We'll call it the butt seat.
It's like the Rolls Royce of butt seats. So, all right, I'm not going to waste any more time on this helmet. This helmet's dumb. And in case you missed it, Skeletor took the L, you guys. He did. He did in my scenario. He-Man won.
Gotta die. In the grand scheme of things, you know, he just wanted to be loved. He didn't
That
have
man got
any
a
skin.
skull.
He didn't have any skin on his face.
I
Anybody
was
would
going
be
to
upset.
say, that man has a skull for a head. He's not a villain. He's a
He's
victim.
misunderstood.
He's a victim of circumstance.
Everyone sees Skeletor in pain, and no one asks them, "Why don't you have a face? Can we help you? Can we get a skin graft for Skeletor? He'll be happy."
Poor Keldor. Are they going to bring back the joint that was on Netflix? I liked the first season. Didn't particularly like the second season. The
I got.
Revelations, I think.
I didn't watch all. I didn't understand why they had to do a different season, but not connected to the first season. That was baffling to me.
That was baffling to me too.
The art style was the same, so I was like, "What's going on?" I don't get it.
Also, not for nothing, it's called He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, not Tila and the Masters of the Universe. So
Yeah, I'm
I don't
not
want to
getting on
sound
that.
contra.
All right? No, no, no. You know, see,
No, 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 no,
all right?
no, 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 no,
We're
no,
not doing
no.
that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
It's He-Man.
No, no, no.
When they do She-Ra, I want to see She-Ra. I don't want to see that blonde-haired dude that was a sidekick.
You're wrong, and James Brown was wrong. Okay.
Okay. You're not going to silence me. It would be cool to see who's Brad's guy, the She-Ra
The,
bad guy.
the Beast
Um,
guy
no,
that
this
Brad
the
did.
guy. No, Brad, if you're still in here, you know who I'm talking about. The bad guy from She-Ra. I might do the same that or How to Train Your Dragon. Okay. All right.
Oh, I might do the same. That or about the movie. Earlier I said about the movies. I don't want to see the live action. I actually liked all the How to Train Your Dragon CG movies. I don't want. I didn't fall asleep on those. I don't want the live action to like make me dislike
Can I
the money
can I
grab.
give you the can I give you the old man hot take? My wife, every time they show the commercial for How to Train Your Dragon, this is what I say every time they show the commercial, and they show it many times. Why they remake that movie? The other one looks just as good. Why they need real people in this movie?
Exactly.
That's what I say every time it comes on.
You know, when my son wants to see The Lion King, he does not mean the cartoon. It's
Oh
the
wait, he wants to
remake.
see the new one?
Yeah, he's a baby. Like we put
Oh, that's not.
yeah, but
Yeah, that.
we put the regular Lion King on. He doesn't want to see
Yeah,
it, but the one that with the CG animals, that's his jam.
that makes
D-
sense.
Disney's trick work.
Yeah, that makes sense. Take everything you've done before and just redo it with CG. All right. Actually, what I do want to do grasses work on
Grass
his.
says Hordock, Hordok,
Yes,
or
yes, Hordak. Yeah, that's the guy.
Hordak.
Yes, 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 yes. Um, that's exactly who I was trying to think of. It would be cool to see like a version of him where he actually is a bad guy and not a joke. All right,
Character
so
look like.
now what I would do at this point is start to I make a new layer for He-Man. Where are my layers? Did I? Oh, I stepped down. You can't make a new layer until you go to the highest subdivision level. There you go.
Dylan
All
Smith
right.
says it's a cool helmet, but not to include it though
Yeah.
on your piece.
I was thinking about doing like a swap out head, but I don't think it's worth that much trouble. He's got a lot of expression in his face, and you just cover it all up. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a new layer just for veins. So this is like when I'm doing my process, when I was doing Bishop and all my other guys, this is what I do. Sketch in the forms with the clay buildup, clean up the forms with the clay spin, and then once I'm happy with that, go and start to figure out the veins on a new layer. And the good thing about that is I can boost them up if I want to, or turn them down in case they're too heavy. His hands are kind of not good either, but this is why pieces never get done. You guys always ask, "Hey, Mike, why does it take so long to finish a piece?" Because I'm never happy with it.
Story of our lives.
Oh, another thing to do before I do this, it's a nice little pro tip, is turn everything back on. I might have to stop recording first. I'm not sure. Let's see. Turn that off. I'm going to go to the morph target and store morph target. Let's see it. Oh, morph target. Yeah. And then, what did I have before? Switch. Yeah, that was before I started doing the stuff. See how he was more cut up before I started cleaning it up? Um, and then he's softer here. I might go back and kind of add some of those details. One thing that I noticed, I've been trying to go for a little more realism. So even though a lot of those geotype cuts look really cool, um, oh crap, don't do that. Uh, I've been learning to edit a lot. So, oh no, is it doing it anyway? What did I just do? Switch. Okay, I thought I did something. I don't know what that create different meshes, but I don't want that. All right, so I'm going to delete this and make a new morph target. All right, and now if I do anything that I'm not happy with, I can use the morph brush and erase it away. So, show an example of that. I'm making a vein, and I'm like, oh, that this vein is crazy. I don't like it, and I can't undo it for some reason, even though I have like a million undos. I can go to my brushes, grab my morph brush here, and it will erase back to the version before I did all that mess.
Have you been doing much on iPad?
I have been working on was I working on? I was working on Battle Cat on the iPad a lot. Uh, so yeah, I know you have. You stay on the iPad.
Yeah, it's my life.
Too bad.
Can't can't wait for the new Apple update. That's going to be amazing.
Tell me about OS 26. They're saying it's going to make the iPad more like a laptop. What's that all about?
Now you'll finally get like actual file navigation like you do on Mac OS. They added the multi-window like it does on Mac. Like it damn near has a lot of the Mac OS
Hmm.
functionality. Except it's a touchscreen. So when they release that 15-inch, 16-inch iPad, I'm gonna feel real good about buying it.
Are you?
Yeah, I am actually. Can't wait. Can't wait.
So you've gotten every version of the iPad that's come out in the past 3 iterations, right?
I have not. I had an M1. I didn't buy the M2, and
And you
then
got the M3.
and I got the M4. We have the M4.
Oh, they skipped the M3. That's right.
I
All
think they
right. Yeah,
skipped
we
the
did.
M3.
We did the same thing.
Oh, the only it wouldn't be for power. Like you know what Apple's gonna do. If you want a bigger size screen, like you're gonna have to like upgrade to that. Like I think at this point with what they just released, the next thing is a bigger size screen.
You want a bigger screen though?
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay.
Like I got rid of my laptop. I don't do any because ZBrush and iPad. I don't have a laptop anymore. I have my Mac
Oh, when,
Mini for other things when I want to just like not turn on and suck up every piece of energy in the house. But
yeah. I remember when Bradley got that MacBook, and you were like, "Yo, this is stronger than anything I've ever had. This is the best thing ever."
I never said that.
You did.
It
You
was
love
better
that
than any.
MacBook.
It was I did. It was better than any Windows laptop I've ever had.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You
but it
just said
wasn't
you
better
didn't
than
say
like
that.
my. No, but I never said it was better than my desktop. I never said that. That's just absurd.
Oh, I thought you did. No, I thought you did say that.
Mm. No, no, no. It makes sense.
All right.
You're trying to say
So just
I buy everything and I say everything's great? Is that what you're saying?
no. Tony says everything's great. You just buy everything.
Yes. I was trying to come up. I was trying. I was digging deep. I was
Yeah,
digging deep.
I know you
Couldn't find anything.
were.
I
So
wanted to disagree with you.
right. So another thing that's good about this morph brush and storing a morph target is a lot of times veins will they'll be visible under the skin in some places, and then in other places they kind of aren't. So you can kind of back off. Let's say I go too hard on this, I can kind of just back it down some. And you might be saying, well, it's on a layer, you can do that anyway. That's true, but it's going to back down all of the layers instead of being targeted. So I like to do this, right? And I'm not going to spend, don't worry about it, I'm not going to spend the whole time doing veins on him. That would be ridiculous. But that's the process of how I do it. All right, so let's see what that looks like now when we turn on the pores. That's what that looks like. Stop that. It's on. I don't know why when you turn this on and off the color, and I can't fill it with just no color too. I don't know why it does that. But yeah, so now you see it starts to, it's getting there, right? And anybody wondering, I did not do this poor detail. This is off
Man, you
of
got a full
a
time job. Of course not.
yeah, this is off a body scan. This is a body scan player. But what I did do is Z wrap this body based off of that body scan and then project those details onto him. So he's looking ripped. All right. Now, the other good thing about this too is you see these nice kind of wrinkles that are happening under his arms that are like in the photo. That's stuff that I could sculpt it myself, but it's a nice little added bonus that it's there already. So I could enhance those, or I could back down on them if I think that they're too much. All right, so I want to do his chest piece. So I need to open up the He-Man reference and see what that looks like, because I don't remember. He-Man. Do I not have it on here? Nope. All right. Hold, please. Bradley, do the song. Don't leave. Don't leave. All right. Load. I'm just opening up another pure ref here. And open. Here somewhere. I don't want y'all to see how completely bad my file saving. This is something that Brad Grotman makes me feel very bad about my file saving process.
I even gave you a script, man. You have no excuse.
I use it, but I
How is it bad?
also I figured out a way.
You can't have nice things.
Nope.
You can't have nice things.
That's my mutant power. All right. There you go. So now I have some versions of this in here. And if you want to see, like, this is what He-Man used to look like. That's what he was. And before that, he's even worse. Somewhere around here I got him. I don't know where. But, and even better, there's Battle Cat. Boom.
You did nothing. You did nothing. What have you been doing all this time?
Just messing around. All right. This is what he's gonna look like when I'm finished.
Why are you?
I kind of like the simplified metal one. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, but it's kind of dope. This one, it doesn't make any sense. I can't do that.
I like that one.
What the one with just the metal strips with nothing happening on them?
No, the one that had that nice that one.
Like,
nope.
Go
up. Up right there next to the underneath the where
one?
that weird cartoon went to the right of that.
This guy?
I like that. Yeah, I like that. That looks
cool. Kind of.
That makes sense because it's wrapped the way it's constructed. It's wrapping around his shoulder. It's connecting into those wraps. I just like that construction makes more sense than the metal thing, and it's leather versus having a metal. It's just constructed better.
Yeah. Look at the Alex Ross joint. Yeah, in real life it looks silly. Look at that. That guy. He is not. He's not doing it.
Hey, he love it. He love it. That's what that man loves.
Yeah, they all have the same. Actually, that looks like it's leather, which makes sense to me, with bolts on it, and then the top. That looks like leather, and in the middle is metal.
Gray
That's
leather.
not bad.
So they spray painted the leather.
Gray? Yeah. Well, no, it could be from maybe they got gray bison or something in Eternia. I might do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. All right. Man, it's so quiet in here. All right.
Sorry. That voice you hear is me.
I know. I like music in the background. All right. Let's take. I heard you. That is you.
I can only do so much. I'm only one man.
Oh, I did make another.
Trim Dynamics says these
Look at
sculpts are
that.
looking heroic.
Hey, thank you. See, this is that thing that it did that I was like, I don't want it to
What the
do
hell is
something.
that?
30 million points of whatever this is. I don't know what
What
this
is
is.
that? How did you
I
do that?
I hit
And
that.
kudos to your machine for loading this.
I know. So so if I go, where is it? Oh, morph target. I
Uh-huh.
accidentally hit create diff mesh
Mm.
and it made that. So maybe
What
this is
would you
all
ever
the
use
stuff
that for?
hitting my head up against a brick, I guess.
Hey, Ian,
Breaking my
Paul, let
machine.
us know. What would you use that for?
I would like to know. Paul, if
Yeah.
you're watching this, what would I use that for? All right, so I'm going to delete. Let's see. Can I step up a little bit? It's fine. All right, I'm going to delete higher and lower. Okay, I'm going to delete hidden. Oh, layers. I'm going to delete my layers. Bake them all. Bake all. Can't be executed while it's partially done.
Ryan says facial prosthetics.
Oh,
That makes sense. Didn't think of
does
that.
make sense.
That,
I
that
didn't think about that either. Yeah. All right. Good looking. Thanks, Ryan. Bake all. Delete hidden. All right. That's all I need. Skip. So now what I can do is go back to my image. And let's do this. This guy over here. I have stuff everywhere. Mask pin. So there's a number of ways I can do this. Maybe what I'll do is I will do a curve to flat so it's the same size all the way around. Yeah, that's cool. The only thing about that is it's doing a real big twisty thing. So what I'm gonna do, I can just close that up later. But if I drag this, sometimes it adheres to the, yeah, there you go. See how it kind of sits on the mesh a little better if you pull it. I'll say that that's good. And I can fill in that gap a little later. Let's do the same thing for the other side.
so you duplicated that mesh and got rid of the subdivs, and you're making that over the mesh without subdivisions right now. Yes.
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
that's absolutely right. Yeah, so make sure if you guys are doing this and you haven't done it before, make sure you don't have subdivisions or else you won't be able to use this brush. Um, and you can do something like that. So let's see. Yeah, closing it is always dicey. So I find it easier just to get close. Hey, go on. To get close. Seriously? You do me that like that. And then if you drag it on the surface, it does its thing sometimes. I don't know why it wants to flip like this, but it's probably confused because there's so many different planes for it to kind of rest on. just fill that in myself. So I'm going to say okay for that. What I could do now really easily, let's split this off from the rest of the mesh. Come down here, solo this out. Now I can just go to ZModeler, just bridge these two edges. Actually, I'm going to do extrude move. Let's see if I can do this here. I'm going to move my camera.
Bother the answer to all topology issues.
You know, ZModeler. And if you guys ever see, like, I'll do helmets or something like that. That BattleCat helmet was all using ZModeler, and it just gives really clean results for me. That, and then the last one, I can just close it up. So back over here. Now, a nice little pro trick that you pro tip that you can do here too is you get this in the position where you want. Grab your base mesh and hold down Control and click on the history slider there, and you can project this back onto the mesh so it's a little cleaner. So if I just, oops, if I grab that, drag it out, and then I hit project geometry, do it. Let me history. Bad here.
Huh?
Not projecting it. That kind of is, but
If it had an edge going down it, it'll
yeah.
more.
All right, that's cool. I'm gonna do it by hand. Split this off too.
You got any plans for Father's Day?
When is that?
That
Is that
is
this weekend?
Sunday.
Is
Yes.
this week? Oh wow,
Yes,
no.
sir.
My kids are both out of town, so. And my wife already got me my Father's Day gift. That sweet grill. So I'll probably be
Oh, I
using
thought
my Father's
she
Day.
let you wake up every morning. I thought that was your gift.
Let me wake up.
Yeah, all it takes is one pillow. She gets rich.
Yeah, yeah,
One
she ain't gonna
pillow.
get too rich. Joke's on
Yeah,
you. She's
one
not get.
pillow.
Yeah, she's not getting that rich. I don't know what
All
you're
it
talking
takes
about.
is it'll be the
That
worst. It'll be like
that.
it'll be your nightmare. It'll be a my pillow that did it, and you'll be
Oh
no, not a my
no!
pillow.
Yeah, you're right. That'd be
Yeah,
terrible.
no, not a my pillow.
That's what you think of for Father's Day. That's lovely. What are you doing since you have all your kids at home?
I have our class that's
Oh yeah.
uh that's in the afternoon.
Okay.
Normally, like every Father's Day, my wife will make me ribs, and I'll probably watch whatever basketball game is on and get to fall asleep and do nothing. It's my favorite thing.
Nice.
But I might actually just take this printer that's been sitting in the box
You won't though.
out. I will because I sold the other one.
Oh, you did.
I did. I actually sold it today. Actually.
Nice. Okay. So Bradley had the same printer that I have now. We both had the Anycubic M3 Premium, which is a nice large format resin printer, high resolution printer. And I love mine. and Bradley liked his. And so he decided to get a new one that does like the auto feed with the resin and all that good stuff. And I was gonna buy his old one so I'd have two. Um, and what do we find out, Bradley?
It costs more for me to like, what was it? Like it was a lot of money just to ship it. Like
It
it's
cost
crazy.
it cost so Bradley didn't have his original box. I had mine. I was gonna send him the box from mine. He was gonna put his in that box and mail it back to me.
All it
It
did.
cost it cost more for me to mail him an empty box than it would cost for and then for him to put it back in and send it back to me, than it would cost for me to get a brand new printer.
It's wow.
Like it was crazy. Empty box was I think $150 for like the 5 day rate. So yeah,
A lot going on in this world. Let's
yeah,
add that to the list.
I'm adding it.
I think
I'm
what the
adding
U.S. Postal Service was more money than UPS.
it. It actually was, yeah, yeah, it was because they said we don't send big boxes. Like what? You're the
Sounds like a very
you're the
obsolete thing to say.
you're the you're the postal service. What do you mean you don't send big boxes? Like yeah, try UPS. And the guy at UPS said, "Don't do it." He's like, "Yo, don't do this, man. Don't do this."
Don't do it.
I said, "All right, I'm not gonna do it." All right. So you might be saying to yourself, "That was an awful lot of time to spend just making these little ribbons." But the cool thing about this is, oh, it's not even centered. The cool thing about this is that once this is done, I can make this as detailed as I want. The only thing that I want to do here is try to keep the width, you know, not noticeably different. Um, but if we go back and look at, let me save a picture here in case anybody tunes in. It's like, what is he doing? Let's turn this on, all high. Off this, put this here. So this isn't a whole lot to show you, but you can make a lot of detailed stuff. I don't know why I showed you this. Forget I did that. Hey, Bradley, tell him I
Don't
didn't
do
do
it.
that part. I
I
didn't do
will.
that. All right. Here, here you go. Cool. Now you got something to look at.
Jogger QC says another insane piece.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. What is happening here? So this is one thing that I could have done, right? I'm going to show you the chest piece where the He-Man H is going to be done differently. So I'm going to use um, why is it doing this? You see what this is doing? Am I on move elastic? This is supposed to be just regular move. Brush, move. It is. Why is it doing this? Huh.
Supposed to look like that?
Look at what it's doing. You see how it's
Your symmetry's off.
symmetry is on. Ha ha. Okay. Forget it. Thank you for that. All right. So what I'm going to do for the chest piece is I'm going to use the topology brush, which is infinitely easier. Um, and it's going to be right on top of my mesh. Probably could have done that with this. I just wanted these to be similar as far as the width all the way around. So let's do this. Hide these guys. my reference. My microphone is right in the way. So this centerpiece is like not great for me. I don't love that. Let's see if we can find something cooler. Yeah, that's what the helmet would look like in real life. Dave
It is
did a
a
cool
big
one.
helmet. Very,
This
very, but very big head though.
is a big head and a big helmet. These little tiny straps they gave there. Better Dolph. This is kind of fresh, actually. This is the one that Sideshow did, and our friend, who's always on Stylus League, did the concept art for this. Can't remember. Yeah, see, here's the final piece. Brad had this. He gave it to Tony. I'm so mad at him.
Yeah.
He could
Yes,
have given
he
it to
did.
me. He could have given it to me. All right, side note, you guys. This is not to do with sculpting. Look at this cosplay. This is sick. How dope is this cosplay?
He's
Like
very
fake ore?
invested.
Dude, all of these. This man at arms? Come on, man. This is done right. Look at the pants. That's ill. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Oh, this is Dave, by the way. Hey, look. Are you guys still here? This is just me and Bradley talking. This is Dave. I keep telling you about Dave and his artwork. He's the guy that does all the sideshow stuff. That's Dave. Dave Wilkins. He did.
Hi, Dave.
He did this artwork. This is Dave's work.
Nice.
Wait, did Dave do this? No, this is Alex. That's Alex Ross. Sorry, that's not Dave's work. Dave's good too. Sorry.
If he wanted to, he could do that. Like that's not.
He could do it. He could do it in his sleep.
Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving.
I'm sad to say that most of these things are just squares. They're
But that
kind of
means
all
don't
just
reinvent
squares.
the wheel, unless you want to reinvent the wheel.
I'm not gonna. All right, I'm just gonna make a square. It's not gonna be super exciting to watch, but this is how you do it.
He's like, it's not gonna be super exciting. Watch. Let me draw
gonna-
this. Let me draw these lines.
gonna-
Let me draw this square. Good night, everybody.
Yeah. See ya. Have a great weekend. Happy Father's Day.
Like, good night, everybody.
This is the whole thing. That's it.
You
That's how
did all that. You did all that fighting. He's like, I'll just make the square. And then like,
I didn't want to just make the square.
it
I
is-
had
it-
to.
it's like just a few strokes square. That's how you do it.
Yeah. That's it. Boom. And then when it's done, you just click on it. Done. There it is.
Done.
So, there's that.
What I would so do is that I would find like one of those images of how it is, how I like it, and I would turn it into alpha and like project that onto the square and then start cleaning it up. Done.
Hmm. Thing is, you can't be anal retentive about the entire sculpture and then just cheap out when it comes to doing the hard surface part.
Trim Dynamics says, what size are you aiming for the print to be?
Probably quarter scale, so I can keep all the detail. I could do it smaller, but I think quarter scale would be cool, actually.
Nah, dog. Why don't you let me put it on my printer and I'll print it real big with all the detail for you. It'll probably the third thing I ever print on.
Yeah, you want to do a third scale? Do that if you
Sure, I
want
know measurements. Yeah, let's do that. A third
to.
scale.
It's gonna be big as
I know
hell. Do you know what
measurements.
third scale is? It's real big.
So it's like Could you just give me inches, please? I don't need all these halves and quarters. All right, like what are we talking?
Probably close to 4 feet, 3.5 feet tall. Three and
Okay,
a half feet tall.
that's more my speed. I like that.
You want to do that? All right, bet. You heard it here. You heard it, you guys. You said yes. All right. The other thing, now that I kind of have this, it looks wonky, but I'm gonna delete. Oh no, I'm not gonna delete hidden. Sorry, split hidden. That other, yeah, there's the other side. All right, split hidden. Go. Come over here. I only really care about the front. I'm gonna delete the rest. Delete hidden. Turn off double. Uh, Flip the mesh. Flip. Morph. Okay. For some reason, this thing has the morph target attached to it. It shouldn't. Delete. There you go. Flip. The reason I did this is because I'm going to clean this up a bit, and I'm going to extrude it.
Andrew says, "Hey, Stylus League, I'm late. I hope I didn't miss everything." Man, we throwing boxes around here, man. You didn't miss nothing. Like,
Man, you
you
came
missed
just
this
in
thing.
time to see how to draw a box.
Draw the box.
Aren't you
Stay tuned.
lucky? Stay tuned. More boxes
Stay
after
tuned.
this.
More boxes. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Be careful. I'm the only one that's old enough to understand that. So, all right. Oh, let's get the straps back. Straps. This is why I'm glad I didn't spend an awful lot of time on these straps because oh, in the wrong place. Duh. Wrong place. Let me bring up He-Man in case anybody tunes in and wants to see it.
So they know you're not just making that.
Yeah, I'm not just doing
This
squares. It's not only
squares.
squares today. Yeah.
That's Mike so square. Do the kids still say square? Are we not hip?
Both of those things will get you canceled. Don't say that.
Are we not hip? Or the kids
No.
they don't say
Don't.
square anymore?
What is this? Happy Days? Come on, man.
I just want to be down.
It's also old.
Cat says, "Hi guys."
Hey, I guess the uh I guess the my dog's play date must be over. So remember how I told you when I got my puppy, he loved us, but didn't want to really be around other people.
Okay.
He's like he's getting socially acclimated to other people now and dogs.
Nice. The dogs.
Yeah,
That's nice. It's,
it's a good thing.
some say it's better to be with your own kind.
I'll tell you this, that's a terrible thing. Don't repeat that. Um, I, I'll tell you
I said
this.
some say that. I didn't say that. That's my.
Why would
That's
you
not
say
my
that? Don't
belief. I'm just saying
don't.
some people say that. Some people say
What's
that.
wrong with you, man?
Some people say that.
Listen, the Stylus League does not condone the things that Bradley says on the
I didn't
Stylus League.
say. I just said some people say that. All right. I didn't say that's my belief.
All
That's what
right,
they be
all right,
saying.
all right. We're gonna keep it moving before we get or Maxon stricken. Um, you made me forget what I was going to say, man. Oh, I know what it was. We were out walking the other day, and there's this dude that has two pit bulls, and he holds the leash kind of loose, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And we were on the same side
So
of the street. I couldn't cross the street. My dog is tiny. If anybody's asking, he's like a tiny dog. And I know that I was like, all right, I'm getting ready to see how fast I am. How fast can I snatch my dog up off the ground and move in the other direction away from these pit bulls? And luckily, it didn't jump off, but I feel like it. I could have I could have risen to the challenge if I had to. That's my dog story.
that's a that's a lawsuit waiting to happen with that dude walking around with loosely controlled animal.
You can't control those things, man. They're huge.
If I say lawsuit waiting to
My mom used to have a saying, "You be dead right."
happen. Wait, what? You be dead.
You
Wait,
be dead
say
right.
that again.
She used to talk about when I was
Dead right?
driving.
Uh huh.
Yeah. So I don't want to be dead right.
I don't want to be dead right. That doesn't sound like to be right and dead. Doesn't sound.
That's
I
what I'm
don't want
saying.
that type of right.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to. I want to live my right.
You don't. When the pit bulls come, you go in the other direction. What are you working on? I see you working on something over there.
I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah, you are. You're
Pay no
allowed.
attention.
You're allowed to do
Pay
stuff
no
on here.
attention to
The man sculpting something in the background.
sculpting in the back.
You know what I'm starting to get excited about, and I never thought I'd hear myself saying this. That new Superman. The commercials are
That's gonna be
starting to
movie
look.
of the year, bro.
The commercials are starting to look pretty good. I was hating on that costume at first, and now I'm wondering. This looks like it might be pretty good.
This will be the precursor to see if you can have every known superhero in one movie. Then we'll know if we'll like Avengers Doomsday. Like,
I still don't like how they did Henry Cavill though. That's not cool to me.
yeah, like it wasn't his fault. Zack Snyder, like I think he was a great Superman. He didn't have an opportunity to be a good Clark Kent, and yeah, it's not
Henry
his fault.
Cavill?
It's yeah, he was not a great Clark Kent.
All right. So you got plenty to choose from. You got to rank best Superman, best Clark Kent of all of the Supermans and Clark Kents. And you guys, if you're in the chat and you want to chime in, please do. Uh, so bless best Clark Kent. Who you got?
Def, definitely. Uh, the original. What's his name? Slip my mind. Christopher Reeves.
Uh, Christopher Reeve. Yes,
Not for
I
nothing.
agree.
I think Dean Cain did a fantastic job as Superman. And
Oh, you're counting TV shows?
yeah, all I'm assuming all the incarnations that they ever
That's a
was.
lot. That's a lot of. Okay, that's a lot. I wasn't doing TV shows, but Dean Kane was pretty
There
good.
aren't that many, so
There
we'll start
were.
there. There
I
weren't that many.
Smallville.
Not
Tom Welling. Tom Welling's kind of dope.
yeah, he was not great.
All right. You think Dean Kane was better than Tom Welling?
Yes, by 1,000.
I disagree.
What?
I'm not saying he's the best, but I think he was better than your man though. Who else? What about Superman?
I think Brandon Roth was a good
I knew you were gonna
Superman.
say that.
He was. He was a great Superman, and he was a good Clark Kent. It's just that no one finds fighting rocks interesting. All right, it wasn't his fault.
Wasn't he the Stalker Superman?
What's the stop? I don't know what that is.
The one that was hovering outside of Lois Lane's window. Wasn't he the one that had the
Okay,
kid with Lois Lane? That was very stalkery. I didn't like that. I didn't
you
like
know,
that one.
but that wasn't his fault though.
Mm.
But he came across as an innocent stalker.
That's not a thing. I'm pretty sure that's not a thing. No Jordan, no judge would ever say that's a thing.
He was a very innocent creeper.
No, he was just creepy, creepy. You know what he was really good as though when they did that the WB crossover joint where they
Yeah,
made
when he
him the
got
Alex Ross Superman, Kingdom Come. That
yeah,
was pretty cool.
he got a chance to redeem himself. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
but how could you not like? That's like he had the look. If you like him there, don't fault him for a bad script. That's not his fault.
Obviously, there's only one answer to this: is the best Superman.
Yeah, Christopher Reeves all day.
No, no. He's the best Clark
Who?
Kent. Best Superman to me is Henry Cavill, dude.
Yeah, he was good. If you like your Superman to snap next, yes, that was your dude.
I Hey, don't get mad at the script. They wrote him that way.
I get you.
I'm talking about he looks like him.
I like my Superman to really get these villains out of the way.
He doesn't have to fight him again.
This is true.
How
This is
about them
true.
apples? One and done. All right, now I can. All right, so now that this is kind of what I want, I can just kind of make sure that it is pretty consistent as far as the width goes. And now I can extrude it. So just extrude polygroup all, give it some thickness. Because I'm printing this, I don't want gaps under there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, let's do this. I'm going
So
to
the
do
Painting
this.
Dragon said Nicolas Cage. Trend, Dyna- Trend Dynamic says nobody played Goofy like Reeves as Kent. That is, and Ryan says agreed. Henry did great.
Cool. Yeah. Um, I agree. Clark Kent, I think it was. This new kid might be a good Clark Kent. I'm not kidding. I think he
He
might he
seems
might
more
do alright as Clark.
serious than I would like, but we'll see.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't get that.
But we can both agree Fantastic Four is gonna fail, right?
No,
Fantastic Four is gonna be a bomb.
I don't. I don't agree with that.
It's gonna be a bomb, bro.
I want it to win. I want them to win. I need a good Fantastic Four. You don't even know how much I need that. I need for
Fortunately,
that to
Marvel
happen.
can't accidentally have a hit.
Uh, what? What are you talking about?
They can't make a hit. They can't accidentally have a hit. They
I don't know why you keep saying bad things about it. It might be better than you think. If they can get, I don't know. I saw Galactus. It might be bad.
stop playing.
That Galactus looks kind of weird, man. I'm not gonna lie. What was I gonna do?
Thing is, how are
Oh,
they gonna
dude.
I get Galactus always been the main villain in Fantastic Four, right?
Well, they had a lot of villains, but Galactus is one you don't want to mess up. This is the thing about Marvel, though, is because they have all these alternate universes, they could have a trash Galactus now, and then they can just say that universe doesn't exist anymore. So
uh, the ultimate
we t-
fix, right?
we taking a mulligan. Yeah, 100%.
Ultimate fix.
Yep. All right. So if you're wondering what I just did, I extruded the straps in to the body because I'm more concerned with getting rid of the gap between the body and the straps than projecting up off of it. So now I believe the edges are creased, and because of that, if I hit dynamic, it shouldn't get too crazy. Yeah, that's good. All right, let's see. I want to increase the smoothness, decrease the crease level. All right. And this is how I start off. So now what I can do is I can just kind of extrude these out in the areas that need it. The last thing I'm going to worry about is doing things like the ribbing on the edge or making them look metallic or leather. It's always going to be last. But now that this is closer to what I want it, I can take this whole thing and copy and paste it onto the full model. And I'm good to go. Oh, let's do this auto group. So I did this with all the belts on Hellboy. Right. All right. It's kind of good enough for now. All right. So now what I can do is I can. Oh, the other thing too, because I have it laid over a pretty close approximation of his body. On areas where I don't have enough resolution, like see how it's clipping through here. If I try to pull this area up, it's all right, but you see how it sticks out here? So what I can do is I can start to move around and add loops if I need to. A lot of times I'll just kind of slide them over. Oops, slide them over to help out with that. And then I can adjust a little easier. All right. Or add another one, like let's say this part right here is really close to the body. The thing of it is I don't want it to be skin tight because that's not how belts work. So maybe I'll just leave it how it is. So now let's take this whole thing. I'm going to group it together with the square here. Down, down. Right. Let's call this chest whip, chest piece whip. We doing? We're doing 2 hours, right?
Yeah, well, we should be done
At 9.
at 9. Yep.
Okay. All right. Copy here. Paste. All right. And then turn on dynamic. And it's done. This is the whole thing. What do you think?
Fantastic. Print that. Print that.
Done. Done. All
It took you so long.
right. So sometimes when I'm doing this, like trying to figure out how to get it to adhere to the surface a little better, it gets kind of wonky. So what I'll do is I'll get it as close as I can, and then I'll delete either the front faces or the back faces, and then just re-extrude it, and it's super clean. So I don't mind if it gets, distorted. And it is so quiet in here. Bradley, does anybody say anything? Let's see. No. All right. I blame everyone in here. Everyone in here, I blame you guys. We can't have music. You gotta do something. You gotta say something. Can't be
Dude.
left to my own devices.
I can't. What should I do? Should I do the
No.
song?
No. I think
No.
we did
You
that
don't think
enough.
so?
Yeah,
No.
we're
You
good
sure?
with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You let me know if you want me to run it back.
Tell me what you're playing. What are you playing lately? I know you're getting ready to play Stellar Blade, but what have you been
I
playing?
will. I haven't been playing anything. I've been working on my side projects.
Did you get started on
With
Doom
my
at all?
I played Doom for like a few minutes and I
You didn't
wasn't
like it?
feeling it.
Oh, dude, you got to play
No.
it for more than a few minutes, though. You got to give it more than a few
Yeah.
minutes. Come on, man.
I'll do my best to.
I
It's
enjoyed
it was okay.
enjoy it.
It was okay. It didn't like pull me in, but it's okay.
I was telling Bradley now that they started talking about the Resident Evil that's coming out next year. I'm excited. So I'm going to go back and replay some of the ones I have. I didn't finish the remake of 4. Finish that.
The Painted Dragon says listening to your voice, dude, is like one of those late night radio DJs.
Yeah, yeah. I apologize. It's Friday, dude. Like, this is the most energy I can muster on a Friday.
he
I'm
said
trying.
night caller style.
Night call. Yeah. There's a murder happening somewhere. It's somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. We don't know where, but somewhere.
Hey everybody. Welcome to the Stylus League After Dark.
Time we we hit those bodies.
Oh no, the DJ's not the freaking murderer, it's the person that calls in is the murderer.
That's why it's not interesting. Wouldn't it be more interesting if it was the
No,
DJ?
no.
If the DJ was like talking about his own crimes and it was like that's crazy that like the DJ he can't be committing those crimes. It's happening right now. But he did them already. Man, that's a book. That's gonna be the next Netflix series.
Okay.
Do you know you know how Netflix had their like event where they like advertise or promoted all their shows?
Netflix had one of those?
Yeah, they had this premiere thing.
Uh-uh. I didn't see that.
And yeah, it's on there. Like they did all the shows that they have coming for the rest of the year. You know what they did not show that's coming out soon?
What's that?
The Old Guard 2. They promoted everything but the Old Guard 2. So I'm not. I don't have hopes for that movie.
It's gonna be dope, but why do you say coming out soon? Is it coming out
Yeah,
before fall?
yeah. Like it's supposed to be like soon. Like I think it's this month.
You know what quietly
Oh,
came out and nobody even is talking about it is Rick and Morty. Bradley was like, "Is that still even on?" I was like, "It just came back on."
God. Yeah, dude, it's coming out. Like they advertise everything from Stranger Things that's coming out, season 4 that's coming out in like December, and the Old Guard comes out on July 2nd, and it was not part of their premiere stuff. They did everything but that show.
Can I say something controversial?
Don't
I
talk bad about Stranger Things. It's great.
I could not care less about Stranger Things if you
It
paid me.
you're the one that told me
They
to
have
watch
done
it, and it was great.
it was great. They did what they needed to do. Like, stop it. The show should be over. Those kids are like all adults. Those kids have kids now. Like, why are they still doing this?
They own them in perpetuity throughout the universe.
It's sad.
Is Bradley too young for Nightcaller? I'm not that
He probably
young.
didn't watch it. He won't watch anything that was past a certain date. So
What was
I
Nightcaller?
I I knew what Nightcaller was. I knew exactly what you were talking about when you said that. It was one of those things where I think the DJ is He takes the call, and I think it's the killer. I think that's right. It was one of those old shows.
Is that the one, the dude that was a superhero and played the saxophone and drove around the that one? Not that.
What?
That's not it.
What?
You don't
He
remember
played
back in the
this.
day?
He
There was
played the
this
saxophone.
there was this suit. He drove the really cool Prowler car, and he was a superhero. And he had like this little eye, and he played the saxophone. You don't remember that?
Oh,
Oh,
what's that
dude,
called?
I gotta get it. 90s. I got it. So you gotta remember what that was, dude. 90s.
Was his day job like a musician?
Yeah, his day job was a musician.
It sounds familiar. Dude, when I was young, they had the wildest superhero show of all time.
Nightman.
Oh yeah, Nightman. Yeah, yeah, I remember that. I didn't like it, but I remember that.
So that's not who we're talking about.
Uh-uh. Nah, it's not that.
All right.
Dude, there was a show when I was young. There was a show where the superhero turned into a car. It was called Automan. That was a
What?
thing that happened. Yes.
That's
And they
Transformers,
literally
right? No.
no, no. And they and
Automan.
they
Okay.
they literally took a car that was black and they put like the neon little like LED strips around it to make it look like it was like in a video game, like a Tron car or something. And that's what he looked like when he turned into a car.
So the
Made
person
zero.
turns into the car
Yes.
like Michael
Made
Jackson style.
yes. Made zero sense at all. No sense whatsoever.
Hmm, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Automan. Look at it on YouTube. That was the
No wonder why you
thing.
Generation
Turned
X
out the way I
didn't
did.
have a chance. Yeah. Makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That's it looks like a
You looking at it?
Tron dude, but not Tron. It was Tron before Tron.
Andrew says he remembers Automan. Oh, and Manimal. Yes. Yeah, 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 Manimal. That was another one. There's a dude that turned into an animal with the best
Like
name ever.
this came out the year I was born, 1983.
Word. Tell me you weren't born in 1983.
Born in 83.
Bro, that was in high school in 1983.
Man, like so they had color TV when you were coming up.
Did. We had remotes that only had one button on them.
Yo, I'm looking at this. It's so funny.
Show's
And
bizarre.
he turned into a helicopter. Oh, that's cool too.
I'm telling you, dude. It's crazy.
See, this is where this is how we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like this is creative. I like this. Pretty cool.
I'm actually looking forward to that new Tron. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but it looks kind of. The fact that they have Tron stuff in the real world is kind of dope to me.
If it was not Jared Leto leading the movie, I would have to agree
Everybody
with you.
says that. Everybody says
Bruh,
that.
you know what? That's one dude who takes his job way too serious.
I heard. I heard. Everything is always so damn serious for him.
Yeah, like so serious. Like he's in the Tron movie. He's probably like
He's
treating
like,
that like like Training Day. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. He probably sleeps in like that thing that Neo was in when they had him in the Matrix.
like I'm not gonna lie. He definitely has a punchable face.
I don't know why you acting like this now. You actually liked Morbius, didn't you?
Of course, he was perfect for that.
Bradley was like, "Yo, why are you talking about
This
Morbius?
was great.
It's
It was
actually
a good
kind of
movie.
good.
It was a
That
good
movie.
movie.
Oh, stop. That movie was
It was
terrible.
better than Craven the Hunter.
That's not true at all. That is not true at all. It's not even remotely true.
You would have to put Craven and Morbius in the same boat. They're like the same. they're just as good collectively together.
Is it wrong that I want Aaron Taylor Johnson to win? I want him to win.
Man, that like kick ass like changed everything in life. Like I wanted whatever he's been on. I want that.
Oh, you mean since he bulked up?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
he's
crazy.
gonna end up playing another hero role, right? Like I think he's out for something else.
He's the dude, the main guy in the new 28 Years Later. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that's the movie that he's heading now.
Yeah. That's something I want to see because I own both of those 28 like days and weeks later. I'm looking forward to the 28 weeks later or years later. You're not gonna watch it because it's scary, right?
I'm not watching that shit.
I know it.
Dude, Sinners is like my level of scary is Sinners.
I'm really happy you
Anything
went to that. I didn't think you were
Yeah,
gonna
Sinners
go.
was good. Yeah, Sinners was good. I am very happy I saw that one.
Yeah.
It won't do Superman numbers, but it was good.
Did you see? Wait, Sinners? Did you see how much money it made for an independent? It's like the highest grossing independent movie, um, at least of this year. I think it's making a lot of loot, dude.
Hey, it's making a lot of money, but it's still not gonna make Superman. But
Superman, of course it's not. Why would you even say that? Of course it's not. Of course it's not. Superman is a franchise. Sinners is a brand new IP. Not gonna make as
what you
much as
do?
Superman. What'd you say?
What did you do? What did you say? What you have to go do?
Me?
Hey, IP? What? What?
Grown man. Father's Day, making those kind of jokes.
Of course, I'm young at heart. Okay, I'm making jokes, and I have a mortgage, and I got kids. All right, I'm living the life.
You know what I just realized? Why do I have these straps over his deltoids? This doesn't make any sense. People don't wear suspenders like that. Why'd I do that?
I like the way the belt one was on your other reference. Way better than that. It made more sense.
You proud of yourself with that comment? That make you happy? I could tell.
That it made more sense.
It
The other
makes you
one.
feel good to tear me down like that in front of people.
I'm sorry, I don't want to tear you down. Like 80% of the time, you always make the right choices.
This is gonna be one of those times.
I wish I was in the 80s.
This
I'm
is
usually
gonna
in the
be one of those
70s.
times. Whatever.
Did anyone have a 5090 laying around in chat? Anyone
Yeah.
remember those things? Remember those things? Anyone has one of those laying around?
Seriously though, does anyone have one? I don't know
I
anybody that has one.
I have a lot of people that buy very expensive stuff and they don't have one. I don't even know. I don't know how people are getting one.
How are there enough out there that we hear stories about them catching on fire all the time?
They're like unicorns.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of low key glad that it didn't come out because I was fully prepared to spend the money for it.
Yeah, but that whole burning up thing is the same with the 4090s. It's the same. It's nothing new.
No, no, no. I'm glad that I didn't get it because I got a deck instead, which I'll probably use a lot more.
Mr. Walt says not yet. 6 months from now, maybe. Over 3K at the moment. Yeah.
Are they even available? Like, did that scarcity come down? Can you buy them if you wanted
Nah,
to?
you can only buy one on command on eBay.
Easy.
I've seen some one or two on Amazon, but like they're like the cheapest ones being priced as if they're like the more expensive ones.
That has to be on purpose, right? Because I only see 5080s. I don't see 5090s anywhere.
I don't know what's going. I think all the AI, like Nvidia's putting all because it uses the same die as their AI cards, and it's they're like, do I want to sell 3 grand or 6 grand, or I can sell a truckload, a case to a company. Yeah, Micro Center. Yeah, Walt says Micro Center has them,
Oh yeah.
but Micro Center like it's not around. They're the
No,
only
you
ones
got
I
to
know
go to.
that really not like selling them online. Like you got to go into the store to get it,
Yeah, because
which is
I've
great.
been looking. I remember when I put in my request for it, and it's like, we'll let you know when it's available. And I would check my email every week. Bradley's like, yeah, don't miss that email. You're not going to get it. I would check my email every week, and they're like, yeah, it's still out of stock.
Like if my
Months.
4090 died today, I'm going to Texas. That's where
Oh, do they
Micro
have been?
Center is.
Oh, I thought they were only.
I'm
I
going
thought they were
to,
only on the.
oh,
I thought they were only in California. I didn't even know they were in Texas.
no, Texas has Micro Center. That's the closest northern state I know that has one.
Okay. All right. So this is what I was talking about, you guys, when I said that sometimes when I adjust the points, it gets a little wonky. So you see how now the belt is kind of like skewed. Um, so what I can do now, even though these are both just a single poly group, like two groups, I can now go and grab Z Modeler, and one thing I could do is poly group by poly loop, hit that, and then change that to a different one, and then hide everything except for those faces. And now I can just delete hidden, and then same deal, just flip and extrude again. So extrude polygroup all, yeah, and then just kind of do it all over again. Now, what I'm gonna do here, I'm really gonna go ham on the extrusion because I don't want this to be sticking out of my model, right? So there you go. Now if I go back and hit dynamic, it's uh it's cool. So at this point, what I can do is man, his face, those pores. I must have. You know what? Let me do this. The good thing about having that pore detail on its own layer is if I go to He-Man here and I turn this down, it doesn't make his face look so rough, like it's really rough. So I can still have the detail in the skin and have that on his face. But really, right now, I don't need it at all. So I'm just going to turn it off. Come back to the gloves, the belts. Um, they're looking real soft right now, and that's just because I turned down the crease level on them to 1, I think. But I'm going to add some holding lines and also add some details to make it look more like belted leather. What was that thing that we were looking at? Gray one. This is dope, and I don't want to rip it off. Like, it's really cool. This is probably the best one that I've seen. Refresh. Um, is it? Riley, what happened to it? Where'd it
What
go?
happened to what?
The belt that the chest piece that I liked.
It's the
It
one
was
that
a
I
photo,
like.
right?
It was a photo of a guy. It was next to the more cartoony image.
Not talking about yours.
Oh well, I only know what I like. All right, I don't know what you. How am I supposed to dedicate what you like to my memory?
Is that when you're like, oh, it's gray leather, huh? That doesn't exist in real life.
Yeah, it was to the right. Do I sound like that? That's what I sound like.
No, I was
I'm
waiting for
saying.
you to call me on that.
I'm just
That
saying.
was
I'm just
mean.
saying.
I'm sorry. You
I'm
know you
just
don't
saying.
sound like that.
That's what I sound like. That's what I sound like.
You don't sound like that. I apologize.
I've been promising myself I'm gonna get enemies so I can be treated better. If I just get a few more enemies, I'll be treated better.
This is crazy. Where is it? Oh, dang, man. Okay, whatever. Did it even exist in the first place? I could have swore it was on here somewhere. I'm gonna give him this little jacket. What you think?
That
Rock the jacket, and then you can go out to like dinner parties and stuff. I think.
it was a toy image, right? Or was it a drawing? I
I
think it
thought
was
it was
more
a
to the left. It was more to
to
the.
the
I'm sorry,
to
to
the
the right, to the right, to
to
the
the.
right.
I thought it was a toy.
That we made fun of that guy. Let's go in order. We made fun of that guy. Go up, and
It's
I was
not
like,
that
"Why
far.
is the leather gray?" I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
I give up.
All right. All right. Whatever. I give up too. This is crazy. Time to put that memory to use. It's so funny. Just putting the straps on him makes him go from being like a regular barbarian dude to being He-Man, like with nothing else. All he needs is just straps.
Laughing at us being senior citizens right now.
Um, look at that. It goes from being razor sharp to being too soft. That's not bad, actually. All right, let's do that. And now I'm going to split the bottom part from the top part. And that way I can do something different on the top than I do on the bottom. So I do this all the time. Delete all that crap that I just made. Split hidden. I'm going to hide that. And let's go to poly group single. Oops. Okay. Maybe that part. Everything in the middle is going to be hidden, so I don't even need that. I'm going to delete these parts. Delete single poly. Delete that. That. Back isn't covered, so I'll leave that. All right, and then just flip it again. Now, cool thing about doing the little flip trick is that I can extrude all polygons, and it will keep these groups on the other side. But if I didn't have them flipped and I tried to, it's easier to show you than tell you. So let me flip them. All right. So now I have all these polygroups, right? If I go extrude polygroups, um, all polygons, then I'm losing my polygroups on the outside, which I don't want, right? But if I flip them, and then I do that, it retains the polygroups on the outside, which is what I need because now I can isolate those and do different stuff. Make the top metal, make the bottom belted, and I'm good to go. So I don't know why it does that, but it does. All right, let's turn the crease down to what do we say, 3. I'm gonna now add some holding lines, insert a few edges. Never see these because they're going to be in the body, but I do want them closer to the top here. So let's put one here and here. Oh, okay. Since I deleted those parts, I need to add some holding lines here and here. That. All right. So now I might not even need creasing. Let's turn off the creasing and see what happens. Yeah, I do. 2 is good. All right. So now I want to, because I didn't split the back part, it's going to, no, that's not true. You know what? I'm good. Let's do this. Add this here. All right. So I only want to, you know what? I got my blinds open. I want people seeing all my stuff. Hold on one second.
What does he mean? His blinds are open.
My office, my blinds are open. I want people to know what I have in here. They don't need to know what I have in here. All right. So now I'm going to go to polygroup, single, and now I can isolate these. I'm doing them one at a time because I want to be, um, I only want the bottom part to look like belted leather. And I think on the top part, I might want to do something else. So now I have that. Do the same thing on the other side. So let's insert a couple of loops. He's going to hold that edge a little better too, so I might not need the, like I really might not need the creasing now. Yeah, let's turn off the creasing altogether. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so now same deal. I'll probably put some embellishment on his back to kind of break this line so it's not just kind of stopping. All right, so now what I can do is extrude this by polygroup. Something like that. And I don't really have holding lines on here, so it's probably going to be super soft. So let's crease, edge loop complete on this side. That should hold it. That top will get soft if I don't add a holding line, so let's insert a loop here, here. I'll show you the difference in the back. Then if I hit dynamic, I have something like this. Now, this is softer than I'd like, so I probably would just insert a couple of loops here, here. Here, that. Now it's starting to look more like a belted strap. Turn him back on. What is that? Oh, I didn't delete that. I don't need this at all. I'm going to delete this. Delete. So now it looks soft, right? But now I can start to sculpt up the detail and make it look more realistic and all that stuff. Or I can, you know, if I wanted to, I'm not done yet, but I could just say divide a couple times, right? And then I could start to sculpt in, some damage or whatever to it. But I'm not there yet, so I won't. Bradley, nobody's saying anything, huh?
No, unfortunately not. You're like,
Easy,
we've seen all the belts.
easy. All right. That's all I got, you guys. That's it. As good as it gets.
But
Belts.
you made the oh, you made a U. I thought it wrapped all the way around. How does it wrap in the back? I'm curious.
This. Oh, this is what happens too if you don't add that holding line. You see how it got all soft, like here.
Oh, so it's not connect. I thought the one that's looping is looping. It's breaking, right? It's not connected.
This part is connected all the way around. The front isn't because what I wanted to do is, I believe I originally had the the scabbard thing that his sword goes into on his back. I'm pretty sure I did. Let's see. Hold on a sec. Look, I had one of these already. Yeah,
Let's say
look, this
like,
is what I had. This is what I had in mind,
okay,
like that. So that's why I'm gonna. It'll be covering it, so
okay,
it's
it'll
not a
be
big deal.
covered. Okay.
Yeah. So actually, let's make that right now, since we're here. Um, so a lot of time when I'm making like accessories, I'll just append like a cube. Right, grab the cube, turn it into a Q cube. Start to get the shape. Add some loops. Insert, let's say multiple loops. Right. Then just start to play around with the shape. Again, I only really need, let's do this. I only really need this part, so I'll delete the rest. Oh, and if you're wondering how I did that, if you don't know, if you hold down Alt and click and drag, it can do a quick selection, or like a quick polygroup. And then you can Alt select and delete the rest. Delete hidden, group that. Now I can kind of shape this thing the way that I want. Solo it out here. Um, I'll do this. Select it. A little bit of a soften to the mask, and then something like this. I have symmetry turned on. I can just kind of, oops, just kind of get the shape that I want. Yeah. All right, turn on double so I can see what I'm doing, and then I'm going to actually, I'm going to flip it and extrude it. Get this guy out of the way. Extrude that. Um, in Another thing that I like to do that is a quick way to get like a nice little beveled edge is I'll extrude this polygroup like that, and then I'll grab the slide edge loop complete and just kind of drag that down and drag that down like that, right? And let's put a holding line at the top. Oops, single, not multiple. There. Let's put, say, how do I want to do this? Let's see what this looks like, dynamic. I kind of want something like this. So if I want to have some of a, like a little harder edge over here, what I can do is I can extrude, not extrude, I can inset this center part. So set it for inset, poly group, all, and then I like using legacy. Bradley likes the new one, but I kind of like this one. And I just kind of drag that in. And that's gonna, if I just click, it'll do the same distance on this side. And so now if I hit dynamic, it's a little like what I want. Still super rough, but it's enough for me now to take this thing and size it a little better. Oops. Symmetry. Rotate it.
Two-minute morning.
Oh, fast. Right. Rescale it in a little so it's not so thick. So my original reference is here. Yeah. Something like that. This chess piece is, trash. We didn't do anything with it yet, but it's going to be something like that. Probably the piece I'm most proud of is square. I think we can all agree nobody does squares like me.
It's symmetrical.
Not even. It's
You
probably
didn't even use
probably
mirror. All right, you didn't even use mirror.
it's probably way asymmetrical, but it's okay. So that eventually will be the He-Man thing on his chest. All right. So if you guys are just tuning in and you want to see the whole deal, turn this on. Turn this on. I do have some boots that I started that don't fit the legs anymore because I moved the legs all around, but I've got boots. We're getting there. And the whole piece is going to be like this. So if you missed the beginning of the stream, this is what I started off with today.
Today. This is how it
Today.
started today.
Yeah. And this is where I am now. So just go back and rewatch it and you'll see the whole process from getting from this to this.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yep. So
Well,
one thing that is kind of happening with this is I like the by rotating Battle Cat, I'm kind of digging now all of the angles. It's almost like Rubik's cubes with these
Sorry, Mike.
statues.
I don't know if there's someone after us on Maxon's thing, but we probably have to jump off.
Oh, there's somebody at 10. But yeah,
Okay.
we can get off. No, last thing I was just gonna say is like usually when I'm doing these statues, it's difficult to get all of the angles to look interesting. But I think with this one, it's getting there, right? Like because I moved Battle Cat from the left side to the right side and then repositioned him, it'll be okay. So that's it.
Penny Dragon say that we were great.
Hey, thanks, Painted Dragon. All right,
All right.
yeah. So if you guys haven't already, check out our Discord and our YouTube channel. StylusLeague.com is our site. We offer training videos. We had a class last summer or last fall rather
Yep.
that we're going to offer as a video on demand called Heroic Statue Heroic Heroics
For
Heroic
characters.
Heroic Characters is the thing that it was. Yeah. So and that's the one where
What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
my name is Bradley Kohler.
Yeah, what's your name?
Yeah.
What's your name?
So anyway, no, we're gonna have that available for on demand very soon. So join us, stylusleague.com, and you'll be able to see that if you're interested. All right,
Nice.
so that's it.
All right.
Have a great
Later.
weekend, everybody.
Have a great weekend. Bye.
See you.